Hi, and welcome to Lyle's Honky Tonk Method for Old Time Fiddlers and Beyond. So, in the last lesson, we worked on the fiddle intro for Invitation to the Blues from Ray Price. And in this one, we're going to cover the fiddle fills that go underneath the first chorus. So, I'm going to go ahead and switch to the recording of me playing those fills. So the chords that we're going to be playing over in order are G, A, D, E7, A, and then finally back to D. So if we go ahead and we kind of like sort things into roughly the phrases under the chords, what we're going to have under the G chord is, and that leads into, so that's G and A together. But let's start with the G first. So what we're doing is we're going to do a little roll from E to F sharp to G. So we're going to have a little. It's a nice little ornament that we can use quite a bit in honky tonk music. And then we're gonna go. So on the next bow, on the up bow, we're gonna catch A and then B on the A string. So first the roll and then the A and B on the A string. And the roll is on the D string. I neglected to mention that. So then we go back to our G, and then we go F sharp G A. And that concludes the section that goes underneath the G major chord. So in total, that whole area is. Again. So on the next bow, on our we go back to the D string, and we can just do G and F sharp and back to G. That's kind of how I do it sometimes, but sometimes I'll also do G to F sharp and then G to A. And it's really up to you which one you want to do. With honky tonk fiddling, the bowing isn't super particular. In old time music, I mean, it's not like there are concrete rules that everyone follows, but there is a tendency to start a lot of phrases on a down bow. But in honky tonk fiddling, we're not necessarily going to do that. So we're a little bit freer with our bowing. So in total, that whole area is. And then, so we end up on this A unison note that we're playing with pinky finger on the D string and open A string. And then we're going to go into the next phrase, which is going to be under the A major chord. So I'll go ahead and I'll play you all the stuff from G chord to A chord. Well, really that was G, A to D, but I wanted to give you enough of it that you can kind of hear it as a coherent phrase. So let's go through that again. So after we've gone to this, let me think if that's on an up bow or down bow. So when we get to the A unison note, it's going to be on an up bow maybe. That's how I do it. And then we're going to do on the down bow B to C sharp. And then we're going to do this kind of like descending pentatonic passage that you hear so frequently in Ray Price recordings. So that's going to go. But in between the little C sharp thing and that pentatonic phrase, we have this nice little moment here. So that's going to be B and C sharp, and then B and then A. So in total, we have and then the last section, which it didn't cover, is going to be this. So we're going to go down to our D string, and we're going to do F sharp to D, and then E to D, and then we're going to go down to our G string, and we're going to do B to D. That's the little pentatonic section that I'm talking about. So again. And then after that, we're going to go to our E major chord. And I really like this lick. I think it's just super slick and cool. So it's going to go. Oops. So that was the E and the A together, but just the E is going to be. Oops. So what we have in here is kind of a scale. It's kind of an arpeggio in a way. So it's going to start off with we're going to play the A major scale, but starting on, the D major scale, but we're going to start it on the 2. And so it's going to go E, F sharp, G sharp, A, B, C sharp, and D. So it's going to go. So that's the first half of that lick. And there's something I like about his bowing here. He goes. So when we go to the A to the B, there's this string crossing there. And you don't have to include that, but I think it's kind of nice. So after we get up there, it kind of becomes more like an arpeggio, kind of. So we've made it up to B. And now we're going to go. we're going to go G sharp to E to F sharp and do a string crossing from F sharp to A. So let's go ahead and let's summarize what we've worked on so far. So we have the this is going to go all the way from G up G up until the second time we end up at the A chord. So So we've gotten all the way to the next A chord. So if we're going from, let's start from the E, and then we'll cover what happens in that passage. So. So after we've done that string crossing from F sharp to A, so I ended up on an up bow there, and so this for me, next one is going to start on a down bow. We'll be on the A string, and we're going to go from B to C sharp. And actually, I like to catch a D on that same bow. So let's include the next bow. It should go. Wait. Actually, you know what? I don't think I actually do that there. I think I actually do B to C sharp on the down, and then D to C sharp on the up. And then after that, we're going to go to our next bow. And I don't know exactly how I bow it. Let's see. Oops. So. Kind of messed up the timing, but so far we've gotten from the F sharp to A, B to C sharp, D to C sharp, and then we're gonna do A to B to A, and then we're gonna do on the next bow we're gonna cross down to our D string, and we're going to play G to E, and then we're going to do F sharp to E. So in total, going from the E all the way up until that end on the A, so let's run through things really quick. So we have our section that's underneath the G major chord. So we're going to have a little roll, go all the way up to B, and then back to G, and then F sharp G A. Again. And then now we're on our A chord, so we're gonna go. So I kind of messed that up. So let's go through that right there again. So so now we're on the A. Uh, so we have our open unison A, and then B to C sharp on the next bow, and then back to A, and then we do this B, C sharp, B, A, F sharp. So and now we have our F sharp, D, E, D, B, D. It's kind of weird timing, but it works really nicely when you've got the backing track underneath it. And then so now we've gotten to our E major to A section. So that's that break right there, or fill rather. All right, enjoy.